there's karaoke everywhere though. It's pretty nearly the only form of entertainment left. The bands are all gone. You know, the bands. I think the bands put themselves out of business, and the bands mostly think I put them out of business, or karaoke put them out of business. I have band members, old band members, that won't talk to me anymore because I sold out. I'll go into a bar for $300 and do a show. The band that goes in there for $300, that's just about enough to get the gear there, get it set up, and get it home. Then you know their bar tab's gonna put them in the minus, and that's true. But see, when I was in bands, we were getting $2,500 a week to split between the band. But in a 4-piece band, that's you know pretty good money. Mm-hmm. And there was on Barrington Street, every block there was 3 or 4 clubs that had live bands in them. And when I started in 1976, every one of those live bands was playing different songs and playing different styles and playing different. So if you went to see Mad Hatter, you saw one thing, but if you went to see Shotgun, you saw a different thing. By 1980, even 4 years later, every band was playing the same thing. You could go to 5 different bars on Barrington Street, walk in and hear this 5 different bands playing the same song the same way. So they put themselves out of business. They made themselves into a DJ, and eventually the DJs took over. And it was the DJs that took over. It wasn't karaoke. Karaoke was an attempt to get back to something live. The bands were already pretty much forced out by the time karaoke started. Roger Desjardins, the vice president for WIA, Warner Electro Atlantic, gave me his card. I was 19 years old, and I was 7 or 8 weeks into the band, and I thought I was a star, but I thought the band wasn't good enough, so I didn't call him. I waited till I got a better band, and that never happened. So there's my first big mistake. Mistake number 1. Didn't take too long for that to happen. But we were country rock. We did a set of Neil Diamond. We did America. Our really, really heavy stuff was Born to Be Wild and Magic Carpet Ride, Steppenwolf. We did China Grove and some of that stuff. But we did a lot of lighter stuff with a lot of really good harmonies because we had 3 good harmony singers in a four-piece band. That's not bad. And I left that and went into Shotgun. Shotgun was heavy metal. We did all of Van Halen's 1984 album. And a lot of Led Zeppelin, a lot of AC/DC, Nazareth, Headpins. Because I had that high voice, I could scream those high notes. And I could do it all night long. And I left that band and went into, I left Shotgun. I guess the next one was Tense. Tense was hard to describe. Soft porn sex rock, I guess. We all wore the sluttiest outfits we could find. Every song was really about sex. Not just like I say it is down there. But it was all designed. Yeah, I can just remember that the Fat Brothers, bass player and drummer. And Barry used to lay on the couch like a beached whale. He'd go, yeah, that'll get the girls. That's how we were picking songs. But the thing that band had going for it is Barry's brother worked in a record store. So he'd get pre-releases by 2 weeks of everything that was coming out. Even before it came out on the radio, they would ship. And he would bring a copy of each one home, each song, and we'd listen to them and we'd try to figure out which ones were going to be hits. And we'd learn them. And we'd be already playing them when they became hits. So as far as the audience was concerned, it looked like we're making the hits. You see? And then I left that band and went to Freeze, which at that time was called Track. And they had been an R&B band, and they were kind of mutating from that. They lost most of their horn section except for the sax player, who also played guitar and keyboards. So it became very much of a band that could do anything just about the time I joined it. And that eventually turned into Freeze. And we hired my cousin, Michelle. She sang 6 songs, but she was most definitely the star. What a voice. Oh, man. She could only do 6 songs a night. She'd blow her voice out in 6 songs. but she did them well. And Freeze was probably the most popular one. We were at the Misty Moon, I don't know, 3 weeks in a row once. 21 days, 5 hours a night, plus working in the daytime. That's a long gig. But I was in better shape. I could sing better at the end of that than I ever could. I was so strong I could do anything to my voice. Just didn't have to worry about it. But the bands put themselves out of business because they took out all their individualism. Now, that's the idea of a band. Is you got a guitar player that has this sound and the bass player has that sound, and put them all together and they have this sound. And that's good. Now pick a whole bunch of songs that everybody likes and that fit with the band and go out and play. But later on, it wasn't that. In order to get hired, you had to go and show the club owner your set list. And if he didn't see a whole bunch of songs that he liked on there, he wouldn't hire you. So pretty soon everybody's playing the same songs. As soon as that happened, that I think that spelled the doom right there.
Oh, darling, if you leave me, I'll never make it alone. Believe me when I beg you, don't ever leave me alone. When you told me you didn't need me anymore,